This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 176 of the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. Today we have good neighbor Chace Garlinghouse from Chace Joseph Air Conditioning. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going, Jim?
It is going awesome. Cannot complain. We're in the heat of summer, so a lot of people are in demand for your services. So we'll get through this. So why don't you share a little bit about what you do?
Well, we have my name's Chace. My middle name is Joseph. So, that's a lot of people. It's the business name, Chace Joseph. Full service air conditioning, maintenance, installation, residential. We do a little bit of commercial work, but mainly residential, service calls, maintenances, just servicing anybody that needs any help or assistance.
And that's big in Southwest Florida right now, especially this time of year. I'm sure you're spread a little thin, right?
Yeah, definitely. I could use some good manpower, but I'm getting there.
There you go. So let's back up your story a little bit. How did you get involved in the air conditioning business?
Well, I was 18 years old, and I didn't have a job. Really things weren't looking too good for me, and I had it was actually my mom's boyfriend at the time. He's like, hey, I see that you're hungry and you want to learn something. This was 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he gave me an opportunity to talk to his boss, and he said, hey, I got a guy that wants to work, whatever. And then, I just put my head down and did the best I could, and always tried to learn something new, just push myself and see how far I could take it.
And that's what you do. You jump right in, you learn, you grow, and then before you know it, you're a business owner, right?
Yeah.
So we've all had some type of, I want to say, challenge or obstacle along our journey. Obviously starting a business is not easy. Going out on your own is not easy. Is there something that happened along your journey that we can look back at now and say, you know what, I went through that, but now I'm in a better place now?
Yeah, definitely. When I was younger, I was kind of I guess you could say a delinquent, and just a troubled teen, and
Right.
it took me a while to find, who I was and what life was all about. And so, I was younger. When I was in 10th grade, actually, I got expelled from high school, and I ended up getting my GED, which I still have my GED, and a little bit of skills to go along with it. But, so when I was younger, things were definitely difficult for me to make good decisions, just like a lot of young guys, it's just a little trial and error. But for the most part, I had a couple, I was actually arrested like 4 times before I was 21. So that wasn't good. And I realized I was like, I got to do something different here.
Need to turn my life around and change it. And you got involved in the industry and started your own business. And so looking at the industry as a whole right now, are there any maybe myths or misconceptions surrounding what you do? A lot of people always have questions or concerns.
Oh yeah. No, there's a lot of worry when it comes to the AC guy. It seems like everybody's on their tiptoes, As soon as you pull in the driveway, they're kind of looking out the window. Sometimes new customers, but once people get to know you in their house and everything, they feel more comfortable. But there's a lot of misconception. We kind of have a bad rap being an AC guy, from things that have happened and people that have been ripped off or whatever. But not all AC guys are there just to, gouge you and see how much money you have in your wallet. Some of us are actually there to provide a good service and actually help you and give you all the information that you need to make a good decision and, just kind of put the ball in your court. But I think there's a lot of you get a bad reputation what they do.
Yeah, it's
You know?
any service industry. People always think it's like they just want my money. That's all they care about. But
Right.
you're actually there to help them, and
Yeah. And being different, that's how you kind of can show, because everybody says, oh yeah, we're different, we blah, blah, blah. But when you actually do things that are different, people can see that you're not just all talk, like, for instance, we have a service where you could just text us questions, like kind of like the doctor.
Yep.
Just text and you say, hey, this, that, send pictures, whatever. But yeah, we kind of make things simple, try to be different, and just try to be efficient.
And provide that extra level of customer service that a lot of people don't do nowadays, or say they do but never follow through.
Yeah.
So do you see anything changing or trending in the industry recently?
You know what? Yeah, things are changing all the time. I think things are starting to get a little bit more efficient. Systems are a little bit more efficient nowadays. Of course, they keep on getting efficient, but the main thing is, of course, they don't make things like they used to, right?
They make them to break. They don't make them to last.
Yeah. That's a term in the economy, whatever language, I forget what it's called, but it's something when they make things cheaper to make them break. But yeah, so the older units, lasted. I mean, some of them are from older than I am. Installed in the 80s, still running today.
Yeah.
We just replaced one from 95 on Sunday.
Wow.
So, yeah. That had a year on me. But anyways, no, things definitely, the trend is, it seems like they just try and make them cheap as possible or something.
Yep.
But, the lifespan of them is 10 to 15 years. So, there's ways to get it longer, but it's just more expensive. And
maintenance, and doing the proper maintenance on it and keeping on top of those things as well.
Yeah.
So are you from Southwest Florida originally?
Well, not Southwest Florida, Southeast Florida, kind of like the other coast, West Palm Beach.
Right.
That's
what brought you over here?
Well, I got to say, when my mom moved over here probably 10 years ago, I kind of just naturally just followed her,
Right.
And just like to be close by or whatever. And she moved to Bonita, I think, about 10 years ago or something like that. So I moved over like 2 years after and kind of just started over here. And at the time I was only 19 years old or 20 years old. So, I was working for another company and just progressively, slowly started, just getting my name out there. Yep. And I worked for a lot of companies before I started my own business 5 years ago. Originally.
You're just continuing to grow and learn, and that's what you do as a business owner. So being a business owner, I know free time is probably at a it's a little not as much as we'd like to, but when you do get a moment of free time, what do you enjoy doing?
That's a good question, actually, because usually when I get too much free time, I'm like, all right, I got to start another business or something. But no, lately, my hobbies, I mean, I've been really trying to, have some personal time and trying to, separate the personal life from the business life. But like I said, for the past 4 years, I started a new business every year just as a hobby.
Yep.
And it's looked at as a hobby. But yeah, my real passion is business. I've always been a businessman since I was a little kid. So yeah, but I mean, I like to listen to music, just like other people. Music. I was actually thinking about taking some surfing classes.
Well, there you go. It's you're never too young or too old to learn new things, right?
Yeah, definitely. And traveling is important too. But when you have an AC business, I mean, it's not. You don't have too much free time,
Right? Yeah.
On call.
When their AC's out, it's like an emergency. I can't live without it. I need my AC. Get over here now.
Yeah, you got it.
There you go. So is there one thing that you wish our listeners knew about what you do or the services you provide that maybe they're not aware of?
Well, yeah, I think, a lot of people might think that we're a big company or something. We got I don't know. Some people think that, but we're not. We're a small company. I have 2 or 3 employees, something like that, on and off kind of. Yeah, we're a smaller business. We don't have a big warehouse or anything. It's not like we have a big fancy warehouse. I'm kind of trying to wait until I'm forced into one to get the overhead and all that. So I started the business at my mom's house, and we still kind of run it there. And we have a location in Fort Myers too, an office up there. Just that's where I live.
And it's nice. It's nice, you don't need to be too big. You're manageable. You can, you can go that extra mile because you're actually taking care of a customer rather than hurrying to get to the next one or a number. Yeah.
It definitely becomes a part of your life, and you schedule it, as.
Absolutely. So how would our listeners go about contacting you if they had questions about their AC or anything like that in general?
Yeah. So our website, chacejosephac.com. We got a lot of information on there, just phone numbers. But our phone number is 239-293-1589. You can text that number, call the number, video chat us if you really want to. But just that's how you could reach us. The phone number, email.
Perfect.
I mean, the website's probably the best thing maybe, or social media.
Yep,
we're kind of.
They can find you. You're out there, right?
Yeah, if you just type in Google and type in Chace G, I've been looking at the analytics, and it's starting to kind of.
There we go. That's good. That is good. It's all about getting your name out there. Well, Chace, it's been a pleasure getting to know you today. Thank you for being such a good neighbor, and I hope to see you on the community soon.
Yes, sir, Jim. Thank you very much for having me on your show. It's been a fun time.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com or call 239-296-2621.